I've spent hundreds, if not thousands of hours listening to people with successful 6 to 7 figure businesses. And if there's one thing I'd bet they'd all agree on, it's the fact that failure isn't an option, it's a requirement to success. And there's this idea of those of us who maybe you are wanting to start your own business in the future, you want to get married, start a family, get in shape. These are all things we may aspire to have and eventually succeed in the future, right? But rarely do we ever stop to think that we might be better off getting used to failing on our way to those goals. And that is something I'm realizing because a lot of these people, like, we forget it's easy to see them at the mountaintop of the domain or whatever area that they're in and see the success, see the followers, see the views, see the money that's coming in. But rarely ever do we consider the valley that they went through to get to that success, the climb that they had to get to reach that point that they are at. And it's like everyone wants the view, but no one wants to climb. I can think of other quotes as well, but I'm not remembering them right now. But I don't even think there's a need to show off in that sense. I just need to say that I wanted to say that if you are thinking of pursuing something and it's feeling rocky, it's feeling chaotic, it's feeling like things aren't adding up, but you have the drive to keep going and you're still trying to find ways to figure it out, there's going to be failure along the way. And I think failure is a great sign that you are on the right track because as long as you keep going, one could say, that's where the magic will happen over time because one, you're not giving up because that's like the first step, but two, you are looking to grow and become better over time per failure. And there's this saying in the entrepreneurship space, which is 100 no's is the price of one yes. And now obviously this isn't like if A then B, like it's not a set in stone law of the universe correlation. Okay. It's more so like a proverb. Like generally speaking, 100 no's, you're going to receive 100 no's before you receive the yes when it comes to sales and business. And generally speaking, that's the kind of mindset we want to move in. Ideally, when it comes to our goals, when it comes to finding the spouse, like generally speaking, you're probably going to go on, if you have high standards, you're probably going to go on a lot of dates before you find that one. If you are building the physique and trying to get in shape, like there's going to be a lot of times where you are lifting the weight and you're going to fail. You're going to fail. The weight's not going to go up. You're going to try to do the rep and you're just not going to be strong enough. But guess what? If you think about, how can I have better form? How can I sleep better? How can I have better nutrition? How can I work my way up to the weight? And then eventually, as weeks go by, as months go by, hopefully it doesn't take you months when it comes to the gym. But the idea of failing over time to eventually get to a point where you pick up the weight and it goes up smoothly and you complete the rep with ease. But it took hard work and it took you first failing maybe once, twice, many times before you actually were able to succeed and finally hit the weight. It took you many dates, many no's per se, probably many rejections, which is normal and okay too, before you found that one that you eventually marry. It can be videos like this. Like for me, I think I find this very funny because right now, obviously, I get comments like all the time. That, oh, I wish you had more views or I wish you had more subscribers. And I think part of me is grateful for this journey because even though making videos like these can be hard work and stuff, and like the idea of posting and posting and posting and not seeing a lot of progress on certain videos, it's a part of it is a failure in a sort of sense. Like, how can I say this better? When I post a video and it gets low views, typically that can be seen as a failure in that sense. And so the thing is though, like posting over time, that is what's going to get in getting a bunch of failures. Like, I'm struggling to put this together. You can tell, it's hard for me to say it because I haven't like experienced it yet and lived it myself. But what I can say from the experts that I follow, obviously Mr. Beast, the one and only, like he's someone who says like if you are starting out on YouTube, I don't even want you to worry about subscribers or views. I just want you to post. He's like, before you even worry about that stuff, post 100 videos, improve something each time, then we can talk about gaining subscribers and likes and stuff like that. And I just think of that like, wow, like that's success is a volume game in that sense. And so when it comes to building up, like, man, you just gotta go out there. You just gotta put in the reps. Gym, put in the reps. Dates, put in the reps. Videos, put in the reps. And it's like, yes, there are gonna be videos that get low views, but hey, maybe there's a video that gets a little bit more views than the other ones. And it's like, oh, how can I make a video more like that? How can I improve something each time? Fail along the way, but get to the 100, get to maybe the 1,000th video. God, that's a lot. But again, we're thinking long term, we're being patient when it comes to the journey, but finding ways to progress each time. And I think that's what I wanted to convey in this video. The idea of getting used to failing, because when it comes to success, failure isn't an option, it's a requirement. And success is like a volume game. So with all that being said, I hope this helps. And speaking of fitness, I am coming up with a guide coming soon. It's not officially created and made yet. I have the outline done, but for those of you who are looking to find a space where fitness is made simple, and whether it's fitness, your nutrition, getting your calendar and scheduling right, you feel like your days are chaotic, sign up for the wait list, or at least my email list in the link in description, and I will be making sure that everybody who signs up from today onward will get the link to the new product. I'm still debating on the name. Honestly, the name right now it's called One Day, or not One Day, not One Day, Day One. Sorry, I just got confused. There's a quote by I forgot who it is, but he was like, "One day or day one," and it's like a lot of the times, many of us are like, "Okay, one day I'll get to my goals. One day I'll finally become the man I respect," and it's like the idea of what I want this guide or product to be is like it's hinting to that quote, that popular quote of like, no, day one is today, and the mission of it is to help someone who's insecure, feeling like lost and doesn't know, like, okay, I want to become a better person, but what does that look like for me, and how can I take this, make it easy as possible for me to take the steps today and start becoming that future man person that I respect, because you guys can, and it is possible, and I want to provide a way for you to do that. And so yeah, link in description for that, completely free, obviously. I gotta give, it's part of helping you guys. So yeah, with that being said, I hope this helps, and I will see you in the next one. It's not easy, but it is simple.